Hi, Ray here with the new high pressure fill station. You've seen the other videos. Now we're going to go into the rebuild procedure of the front half or the delivery half of it. Keep in mind, guys, the delivery half is separated into two sections, the bottom and the top. The bottom has a seat, and if it leaks out the front here, it's got to be the bottom piece. If it leaks out whenever you're using it or activating out the top, it's the top half. So you do want to separate which one the issue is. And you don't have to rebuild the entire thing, you rebuild it accordingly. So out here is the bottom half, out here is the top half. So all you need is an adjustable wrench. Just loosen that up. That nut's not on there that tight. It's the same design as our EZ, so this entire top piece will come off. It'll look familiar to those people with those units. Just unscrew that by hand. This entire top piece is all one assembly. You don't need to take it apart. We'll show you exactly how to do it though. You can see right here, there are some flats on that shaft. This rubber knob attaches that shaft. We just screw it together. So if it ever comes off, you just got to hold that shaft, screw it back together. Inside here's a housing nut. It's a 3/4 inch, so any 3/4 inch socket will work. It's not on that tight, so we just need to loosen it. And then once you get it going, it'll loosen up pretty quickly. A little trick, if it's slow on the flow output, that housing nut may be too tight, but we'll show you that on the reassembly step. So once I get that, once again, this is all one assembly. Don't need to worry about that. This O-ring static really doesn't need much. In here is the spring for it that goes on the shaft. The leaking issues under the jam nut may be difficult to see in there, and that's a 3/16 Allen. So you just got to find where it pops in. Once again, nothing on here is really overly tight or Loctited or torqued. And that comes out. Inside there is a 004 O-ring, and you'll see that in your manual. And then that O-ring is what seals on the shaft here. So when it leaks during use, it has to be that O-ring. And the simplest way to do that is to get a pick in there and it comes right on out. Sometimes because it is small, it does take a little effort. And once you get it moving, it falls right on out. Now the bottom half, once again, that's only when it leaks out the top. The bottom half is, once again, disassemble. You have the retaining nut here to 11/16 wrench. So all we're going to do is put that on there, loosen that up, and once again, once you break that torque loose, you can use it, grab it by your hands. You have the O-ring down here, so if it's leaking out the bottom, make sure that O-ring there is good. Inside here is a spring and a ball. Be careful, because if you do it wrong, they'll fall. That ball will roll all over the place. Make sure you clean in here when you rebuild it, and I'll just set the ball there for example. Inside there, it's hard to see, once again, is a white seat. That's what that ball seals against. So if it leaks out the front, it's got to be that white seat. So how do I get that out? Use a pin, approximately 0.080 in size, 80 thousandths in size, and you put it right through that small hole right there, and you'll see fits in. And all you got to do is push down. It doesn't take a lot of force, but once I get it down, you'll notice it comes right out. The neat thing about this seat is that if it's leaking or it gets damaged this side, both sides are the same. So I can flip it back over and use the other side. So for the sake of the video time, you can see all the components here. We're going to stop and I'll show you a whole new video on what to do on how to put it back together on the delivery side.